Hey, Inadequate here. I'm doing another replay. This time it's with Laser Dozer, a friend of mine. He wanted me to review this and let him know what I think. So the map's Overlord, tanks 907, really good matchmaking, only 357, only one artillery, one TD, the rest are heavy tanks and mediums, so it should be pretty good farm. Looks like he's going down to this position over here to get some early shots. It's usually what I do too. He's got almost the same loadout as me as well. A little bit more heat than APCR. He burns through the shells really fast in this tank. Doesn't have very many and it shoots really fast. Let's see if he can get some bleed on this Conqueror. He should have waited for the front drive wheel, I think. Nice shot on the FE. Not sure where that shot went. Should have killed him. Of course, artillery. It's not worth firing. I wouldn't have saved that shot. No way that's gonna hit. Looks like they're taking the beach. Laser's going to deal with that right now, looks like. .140 crossing. Puts a nice shot into him. And it looks like his team is pretty much getting surrounded. These guys, I don't think they're going to be able to do much, honestly. Especially with the IS-7, the 430. Looks like they'll probably get killed pretty easily here. Laser's deciding to push this IS-3. Mouse gets spotted. He goes behind the rock to stay safe from him. It's really smart. IS-3 bounces. Now he can just sit behind this and farm away. Stay safe from the mouse. The IS-3 is going to have a hard time penning him. He gets the finish. See, yeah, the other guys are already dead, and now it's just the 140. A little bit of shaky aim there. Probably would have been easier to have APCR. I wouldn't have had to aim as much. Here, I think that if I was him, I wouldn't really be trying to aim for weak spots. I would probably switch to APCR and shoot the track so he could stop backing up. And then I would also probably actually drive around him instead of hugging his side, because if the mouse decided to shoot him, he would have been able to go through his turret pretty easily. The turret roof is an easy overmatch for the mouse. A lot of farm off this guy, wow. Easy, almost 3,000 damage for Laser there. Looks like their team's up, taking the beach, taking them pretty much full map control. Well, we'll see what happens. Moushin's right here, it looks like. About to fight. Has no idea Laser's coming for him, it looks like. Okay, yep. Oh, wow. Lucky bounce there. Hits his lower plate. He would have had more luck aiming at the upper plate because of that angle. There's no way that was going through. Nice shot into the turret. Moushin bounces. This is just more farm. It's farming away at these German heavies. He's up to 6,000 damage now. Pretty quick. Wow, this Moushin cannot be happy with this. I'd be so angry. He gets taken out. He's up to 7,000 damage now. His team's up a little bit. Looks like he'll have to do quite a bit to carry this. He's definitely gonna have to pull his weight. He's down to 3 APCR shells, and then the heat, you know, you have to be a lot more careful with how you aim it. It gets absorbed by tracks and etc. Nice track shot into him. Doesn't save the IS-3 from the T-44 though. I don't know why the T-44 decided to do this, but he could have just avoided dying if he just backed up, but he decided to ram him instead. Not sure what the point of that was. Indian Panzer gets spotted. He gets taken out. So here, you'll see it in a minute, but here, if I was Laser, what I would want to do, so in late game situations like this, so it's 4-3, or there's 4 tanks left, 3 of them are actual tanks, 1 artillery. In a situation like this, me personally, the most important thing to do is to get rid of tanks, get rid of guns, and get rid of angles of attack. So let's say he drives right here, which is what he ends up doing. He's surrounded by 3 guns. What you want to do is go to an edge, so you're not surrounded, that they're all, keep your enemies on one side of you. And what I would have done is gone for this guy, because you see this guy's on the other side of the ridge. He might see you, might put a shot into you, but you got 1100 HP, 5-second reload. He's a 2-shot. Deal with him, turn around, deal with the WZ. And I think that would have saved what's about to happen. Or prevented. Instead he goes here, drives into the crossfire. Shot in the side. He saw it coming too, he was looking at the VK. Gets another nice shot into him, up to 8,700 damage. I wouldn't have taken that snapshot with all these tanks right in front of him. 430 dealt with the T-55A. Now he's surrounded on 3 sides and he dies. Real heartbreaker, because he did 9,000 damage. There's easily over 10k. This was a 10k game if he just took out the 430 before dealing with the WZ. Let's see how this plays out. T-28 sitting in the back of base being completely useless. Typical. He's not AFK either. You can see the barrel moving. T-55A is understandably upset. The IS-7. See if the T-54 can cap out. Got 20 seconds left. Laser switched fuse. Haven't seen the WZ at all. Yikes. This is pretty poorly played by the T-54. This is like a typical throw. Like, just typical heartbreak. Like, to add insult to injury. Laser, I'm sure, knew exactly what he did wrong when he did it. And now his team of Muppets are gonna throw the game away. Guy trying to cap. I mean, he at least put some effort in. He didn't execute very well. This guy sitting in the back of base. I'm gonna fast forward, because not much happens for a while. He's just sitting there, full HP, not contributing at all. He could still carry it because he's full HP, and they're all pretty hurt. Here's this guy. Oh, the WZ kills himself. 431 shot. See, he could easily win this game. Decides to back off instead of farming the VK while he comes up. Fast forward again. He decides to run away to the beach. Because he's, I don't know, I guess he's afraid of fighting. He's going to hide. VK ends up behind him. Hits him in the butt. Takes him down to a 2-shot for the VK. Because remember, he has 490 alpha. Well, not quite a 2-shot, but... misses the shot. VK pens, now he's a 1-shot. Because he high rolls. They trade. And he's gone. So, it's a pretty disappointing result. I feel bad for Laser, because he's a very solid player. and I'm sure he knew exactly what he did wrong, and he was tunnel visioning a bit, I guess. I'm sure his heart was racing with how much damage he had done, but oh well. You live and you learn. Alright, second replay is another friend of mine, Solar. He's in the Super Conqueror 357 on Brokrovka. Really good matchmaking once again, no Artie. Yeah, I'm gonna turn that off, that's giving me a headache. Looks like he's gonna take middle. That's exactly what I would do. I would go over here, use the hold down ability of the Super Conq, pick shots. Scout gets spotted. I'm not exactly sure what to expect. This is my first time watching this one. He wanted me to give some input on it. Looks like it's going to be a pretty decent game. Except his team doesn't seem to be very competent. All going to the 1-2. Yeah, it's a hard shot on the 260. Yeah, I would probably go up here and challenge him. I don't know though. TDs. Hit him in the side of the turret. Yeah. 704, yeah, again, 255A bounce. It's a pretty poor shot there. He knew it too, you can tell when he moved his mouse. He knew it was a bad shot. There's another bad shot. Needs to spend more time aiming and be less twitchy about it. He didn't lead that very well either. I'll stop critiquing his aiming, that's not the point. Yeah, they need someone to spot this. Otherwise, like, there's probably multiple tanks over here. And if these guys go up to challenge these guys, it's like a yin and yang type of deal, where you have to control this enough and this enough to be able to win both. You have to work together. It's like a conjoined flank in a way. Has a nice shot there on the 705. Gives him his side turret. I'd be a little bit nervous about getting shot from the hill. Yeah, I think that he just got shot at. I think that's what that was. Because they're getting spotted. Like, there's stuff up there and they're getting spotted. So like, try to take a snapshot on the standard B. They need the hill spotted or they're just gonna get melted. Yep, he's starting to take hits. Wow. Okay, they start moving up. Good shot on the T10. He should have aimed that longer. Tried to snapshot it. I'm not sure that shot went. That was a decently aimed shot. It's just RNG. This map without Artie is a pretty slow map to play. Because basically you have to, like, the whole map is interconnected because of the lack of, that was a nice shot there in the 260. Because of the openness of the map, and it's basically vision control. The entire map is interconnected and you have to, that was a good shot there too. You have to slowly win pretty much most of the map in order to do anything, in order to actually win the battle. And so it's a pretty slow and methodical battle. just took 2 shots there. I would probably stop poking, honestly. They need that spotted. Maybe relocate. Missed the shot on the scout because he was typing to his team. This guy should die for this. He should just die. Team... it melts him pretty good. He should have died, though. Okay, there you go. I'd be getting worried. Yeah, I'd be getting worried about them pushing the 1-2. There's not much left there. Once again, I would have aimed a little bit more there. There's not much he can do here. So he asked me, like, advice. So, first off, I would have been more worried looking at the map and worried about this. Because he knew that they didn't have anything spotting this, and he knew there was at least the T-44 there. So I would have been a lot more hesitant poking here, like right here where he was, just because he knows that something is probably there. So he knows better. And that's where he lost all of his HP. Outside of, I think, this FCM right here, all of his HP was lost from the hill. And so I would have backed away from that and been a lot more cautious because of this. And because of that, he lost all of his HP. And if he had done that one thing, he would be probably sitting on like 2200 HP, which is a lot more significant and a lot more doable in carrying it in a situation like this, which the Super Conqueror is completely capable of. I also would have, before this point, I would have thought about pulling back here and like maybe coming back here and getting shots on this, or rotating somewhere other than here, because this is a very vulnerable position once they take this. And it was pretty obvious and evident that they were going to end up taking the 1-2, because for a while there was like a medium tank here, but only the TD's way down here. So nothing was actually spotting what was behind the bushes. Let's see what he decides to do here. What he should do, and what I would do right now, is I would turn this way, head straight for this, and then take the bushes along. Which, I mean, it might be too late, but like, you're not going to be able to do anything else because they have the hill. You can get shot from over there. And sitting here, eventually they're going to lose this. And I just don't think, I think it's a lot more worth it to try and head back this way and climb over this and fight from here than where he's at right now. Because see, there can be here, like the standard B could come up here. That guy's a one-shot, so he might not be much of a threat, but still, he's putting himself in a crossfire by driving in between them. Same situation as what Laser did at the end of his match. He gets a shot on the JP. Because he could still be getting these angles from right here. Same thing, except he wouldn't have taken that shot. See, the one shot hits him. He's on 9 HP. That was actually a low roll, I believe. 705 should have killed him. And he's getting shot from the hill as well. He finishes him. Now he has to worry about the ISM and whatever else could be up here. It's pretty much over, but those are the biggest things I would have changed on this one. Gets a nice shot into there. He's gonna get a decent amount of farm before he dies, I think. He could get shot by the ISM from the hill at any moment, though, because I believe he's lit. Because he keeps shooting. Okay, he ends up dying to HE there. Yeah, and there's one more tank left. So, yeah, to summarize, once he, in the beginning, you saw that there was nothing here. You kept pinging it, and you said someone needs to go to the hill. No one did. And even though you knew it was like a bad idea and it was dangerous, and it was like essential to have that covered, and it wasn't covered, you ignored your own knowledge, and you kept poking this, and you got hurt, like you got punished severely for it. And then when they were taking the 1-2, like, I don't know exactly why. It might just be instinct, but like the first thing I think is get out of the crossfire. And these bushes right here are really good at concealing movement. So you could drive, especially because of the distance from where they could be, you can take these bushes all the way over and hop over this, or like sit on the rails or do something, side scrape, and you could still shoot these guys, but you'll also have shots on the push over here. And so it's not like you're out of the battle. You're just in a safer position, and I feel like you would have had a lot longer and more influential impact in this game if you had done those